Welcome to Meet Your Neighbor, the podcast that highlights the people and stories that make Westbrook Village a truly exceptional community. I'm your host, Steve Marilla, local realtor, neighbor, and proud member of this vibrant community. Each episode, we sit down with residents to learn about their careers, life experiences, and what brought them to Westbrook Village. It's a chance to connect, share, and celebrate the unique journeys that shape our neighborhood. Thanks for tuning in. And now, let's meet your neighbor. On this episode of Meet Your Neighbor, I sit down with Marc Parenteau, a Westbrook Village resident whose story is rooted in grit, resilience, and small town values. Marc grew up in the small town of Brooks, Minnesota, where he met his wife back when she was in the 6th grade. His path wasn't always smooth. During college, Marc faced setbacks, including being asked not to return after a difficult sophomore year. Instead of walking away, he fought his way back in and finished on time, a defining moment that shaped who he is today. While in college, Marc also stepped into the boxing ring, competing in the Golden Gloves bouts, not because he wanted to, but to honor his dad. That same sense of commitment and leadership shaped his great career and eventually led him to found the Geezers here in Westbrook Village, creating community and connection for so many neighbors. This 30-minute conversation is packed with many more stories, lessons, and moments that shaped Marc's journey. Now, let's meet your neighbor. Hello, Marc.
Hey, Steve. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good.
So, Marc, you're from a small town, smaller than my town. I had a population, I think, of 669, so that's pretty big. And you're from Brooks, Minnesota?
Yes, that's correct.
And what was the population?
At that time, the population was about 165 people. And,
wow.
And now, today, it's about 142 or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not a growing metro, huh?
No, it isn't. It's very tiny.
What was it like growing up in a small town like that?
Oh, it was great. It was, everybody knew everybody, of course. And we participated in whatever was going on. Everybody would help you if you had a problem, and you'd help them if they had a problem.
Yeah.
And it was a great childhood that I had.
What? So how far away were you from a bigger town? Like, how far did you have to go to get groceries and stuff?
Well, we had, when I was a little kid, we had 2 grocery stores in a town of 175
Oh, really?
people. Yeah.
Wow, what a different time.
But then when they eventually disappeared, and we usually went to like Thief River Falls, Minnesota, which was 24 miles away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that, and did you go to school with all the people from your small town?
Yeah, at the time, we did have a grade school in Brooks, and there was, in my class, we were 5 kids.
Oh, wow.
And I still can remember the names of all 5 of us, and it was really something.
Oh, really? And all in your class?
Yeah, just in my class. Of course, there was like 2 classes to a room.
Yeah.
Like 1st and 2nd grade, and
sure.
3rd, 4th, and 5th, all that type of thing. But I had a very small class, and we were the same 5 went through all first 8 grades together.
Really? Nobody moved.
The same first 5 people.
So did you guys just just kept changing the order of who was the best in class? You were always top 5.
Well, I was probably 5 most of the time. No, we had a close-knit little group there.
Huh. And then, did you play any sports in high school? Was there sports?
Yeah. It was at Cathedral High School in Crookston, Minnesota.
Crookston. I know Crookston, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose you do.
Yeah, there's a little bar there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had interesting sports. And my sophomore year, I think I weighed 125 pounds, and I talked the coach there into letting me go out for the football team.
Oh, really?
And it turned out that I ended up making the team as the 2nd string quarterback.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
And that year I got to play about half the time because we went undefeated and unscored upon for the whole season.
Oh, wow.
So at the halftime, we were usually ahead by 30 points. And so I got to play almost the rest of the game.
Oh, that had to be neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually played offense and defense because the school wasn't really big there either. And I was a cornerback that you would call me today.
Yeah.
On defense and
sure.
And a cornerback on offense.
Wow. So it had to be kind of special. I've never been involved in sports where I've had dominant team. I mean, when you win every game.
Yeah, we did.
Did you go to state then, was there state back then?
No, there was no postseason in those days. We just went when the last touchdown was made, and that was the end of the. I mean, that was it.
Yeah. Was that your senior year?
No, that was when I was a sophomore.
Sophomore
year. And that's why I got to play quite a bit because we were so darn good. I got they rested the regulars.
Did you play your rest of your high school career?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
I did actually, and then my junior year, I was a running back.
Okay.
Because the starting quarterback was still there.
Oh, okay.
And I liked running back better than quarterback anyway.
Sure.
And then when he graduated, and then I was a quarterback in my senior year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's neat.
Can I brag some more, by the way?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I was elected captain of the team in my senior year.
Were you?
Yeah.
Well, nice. Yeah, that had to feel good.
Oh yeah, I was proud of that.
Yeah, and I mean, because you're not a big guy for the quarterback. How tall were you in high school?
Well, about 5'9".
5'9".
at the stretching it
on your tippy toes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's pretty good. And then you went to college over in Wisconsin.
Yeah, Marquette University. That was a real conversion from a small town high school. I think we had 30 people in our class in high school. Go to Marquette University. It had 10,000 people almost in the college.
What made you want to go to Marquette?
Well, I had a nun teacher, and I was a Catholic high school I went to, Cathedral High. And anyhow, she kind of took a liking to me and told me that she had gone to Marquette for some of her studies to become a teacher.
Oh, okay.
And a nun at the same time.
Yeah.
And I said, well, that sounds like a good to me. I kind of wanted to go to a Catholic coeducational university. Yep. Major university. I kind of wanted that. Yeah. And not more than about 600 miles from my hometown, so I could get home occasionally if I had to. Sure,
so you could drive home. So what made you want to go to a big college? Just you wanted to change? I mean, that's kind of
that's a good question.
Kind of progressive because you're from a small town and you realize that, hey, I want to experience life a little more. Is that?
Yeah, that was about it. I wanted to be on my own and to see if what I could do on my own. Yeah, but it was a real culture shock. I'll tell you. Yeah, because a little town of Crookston and Brooks, Minnesota, and you go to a major metropolis area like Milwaukee, Yeah. And I thought, what am I doing here? Really? In high school, in a small high school, you don't have to worry about grades because they'll tell you what your grade should be. And
you get a lot of hands-on in small schools, which is really nice.
At a university, a major university, they don't care if you make it or not. They will just give you the information, do the research, do the term papers, whatever it is, and you're on your own. Yeah. And I abused that quite a bit.
Did you? Yeah. Did you come around? Did you realize, hey, I've got to study and it's up to me?
Oh yeah. That actually did happen, but it took 2 years. Because I was asked not to come back because of my grade point average. Yeah. After my sophomore year.
Oh, okay.
I didn't do well in my sophomore year.
Sure. You had to have a lot of distractions. I mean.
They were, and of course I was vulnerable to them. Being a kind of a goofy kid that I was back then. And but so when my dad got the word that I wasn't invited back, didn't say kicked out, but that's essentially what it was. Right. And I said, can I go back and talk to the dean of the university of the College of Business Administration? Sure. And to see if I can get back in. Okay. So I said, and he said, you're on your own, go ahead. And so I found a ride back to Milwaukee, made an appointment with the dean. And I told him, I said, just give me a chance. Give me one more chance. Yeah. And let me in. He let me in to take only 12 credit hours. Yep. Limited to that. And check with me every half semester, every quarter. Okay. To see how you're doing. Well, the long and the short of it, I ended up in my junior year getting, in the first semester of the junior year, I got 3 A's and 2 B's. Oh, nice. So that helped a lot, get my grade point on it. But it took me all the way through my senior year to get enough credit hours and to get my average above the minimum requirements for graduation.
Okay.
And that's what happened.
So did you pull it off in 4 years then?
Yes, I did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That had to be, just to take that's really commendable. I mean, you can brag about being the captain of the football team.
Yeah.
But to have the guts to go back and talk to your dean as a young man and say, and grovel and say, hey, give me another chance. That's pretty neat.
Well, I didn't want, it really bothered me to be, quote unquote, kicked out of college,
Yeah.
And, so, I am kind of proud of that, actually.
Yeah, that's really a great accomplishment. I mean, we all, that sophomore year, everybody has a little too much fun, and you're meeting girls and everybody. I mean, it had to be a culture shock for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it definitely was. And I would not have gone back after my first semester of my freshman year. The friend of mine that kind of talked me into going to Marquette in the first place. He and I were roomed together.
Yeah.
And he quit after the first semester down there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And here I am all by myself in this there was no room in the dorm, so I was in a little coop almost at the top of a building where you could touch both sides of the ceiling.
Wow.
And I wasn't going to continue in there. If I couldn't get into a dorm or something.
Sure.
I was going to go back home and reload,
Yeah.
So anyway, that actually, at that point, I was invited to pledge a fraternity.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and if I hadn't done that, I'm pretty sure I would have
went back home to
quit. So I immediately moved into the fraternity house, which was unheard of as a pledge. Here I am with all these active members, and I was a pledge in that.
Really?
But I got to make some really good friends there. And
do you think your personality, because you were very friendly, and I assume you've always been that way, do you think your personality kind of got you into that, get where the pledge and helped you move in? And I mean, because you seem to go back to talk to the dean, and a lot of people would just hide that fact that they got kicked out and move on to something else.
Yeah.
So I have to think I know you have a pretty good wit about you to talk your way through a conversation. So you're a little persuasive.
Well, that's a compliment.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you're able to tell a story about, why I have to come back and that had to be a little crow to chew for sure. But well, it ended up well. So what did you end up doing when you got out of college?
Before I got out of college, the last semester of my senior year, I needed 23 credit hours.
Yeah.
And I needed some money.
Right.
So I got a full-time job in my senior year in college when you're supposed to be coasting.
Yeah.
And I needed 23 hours. That's almost unheard of. And and the dean said to me, he says, I think you must want to graduate with your friends. Am I right? I said, that's exactly right.
Right.
And so I made it by the skin of my teeth.
Wow.
And then I got married I wanted to get out of college. I didn't want to go back for summer school or anything else because I actually planned on getting married the following August.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you get married? Did you meet your wife in college, or was she back in Brooks?
Oh, that's an interesting story. I met her when she was in the 6th grade.
Really?
Yeah. And a friend of mine and I were reading comic books on a little beach at a lake in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And she showed up there with her family,
Yeah.
And my friend told me his name was Don Bang. You may have met him. I don't know. He was here.
Don Bang. Yeah.
Anyway, he said, do you want to meet that girl? I know her whole family real well. They're in the Pepsi business, and this friend of mine was in the Coca-Cola business.
Really? Oh, wow.
But the two families were very friendly, and I said, well, yeah, I guess so. She's kind of plain Jane looking,
Yeah.
But and I wasn't really interested in 6th graders at the time.
How old were you at the time?
Well, I'm 2 years older than her. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyhow, that's how I met her.
Huh.
So I've known her since she was in the 6th grade, and we became kind of friendly.
Yeah.
At about freshman year in high school.
Yeah.
We went to the same high school, and we became an item, so to speak.
Sure. You were going steady.
We went steady by the time I was a junior.
Okay.
But we both decided to go to a different college.
Oh, wow. That was really intelligent.
That was
a good decision.
It was, but it was a little risky.
Sure, yeah.
So anyway, she went to Stevens College in Columbia, Missouri, and I went to Marquette University. And she graduated in 2 years, because at that time, Stevens was a 2-year college.
Okay.
And I graduated in 4 years. So we graduated in the same year and got married the following August. Kind of textbook.
It's kind of like you planned it, but
we actually did. We actually did.
Yeah. But you didn't plan that sophomore year. That's what that was the only wrench you threw in.
That's with the fact that I wanted to graduate and get married.
Yeah,
was kind of the incentive.
Oh yeah, your whole life. Your life hinged on that pivotal point.
Yeah.
So then did you move back to Brooks?
No, we moved to Milwaukee, and I got a job with Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company.
Okay.
And I stayed with that until when we decided to move back to Brooks, but that's another story.
Okay. Yeah, that's another. Well, you could tell that story if you want to tell it.
Well, yeah, my dad was a cheesemaker from Drummondville, Canada. And his dad was a cheesemaker, and so he moved to Minnesota and married my mother in Minnesota, right near the Brooks area.
Sure.
And started a cheese factory.
Really?
Yeah, that was in 1926, I believe.
So did he want you to get into the cheese business? There's a couple of things he always wanted me to do. He wanted me to stay in the cheese business, but he also didn't stop me from wanting to go to Marquette. Sure.
But he also, once I got to Marquette, he was a boxer, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, professional boxer in Canada.
Oh, wow.
And he always wanted me to box,
really?
in college. And I don't really like to get hit in the face real hard.
Yeah. And you never did it? I did it. I used to box Golden Gloves.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, Golden Gloves was another thing that I didn't do that, but I could have,
Sure.
So anyhow, in my senior year at Marquette, I decided my dad wants me to box. I'm going to go out for the intramural boxing program that they had there and see what I can do,
Yeah.
Because he thought I could be halfway good at it, because my reflexes are, probably a little better than average.
Yeah.
Anyway, by the way, I won the welterweight championship.
Oh, wow.
And in my senior year, and of course it made some of the newspapers and stuff, and I sent all that stuff back to my dad.
So in your senior year at Marquette?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a big deal.
Well, it was fun, and I just did it for him,
Yeah,
and,
well, that was nice.
Because I really didn't like the sport.
No.
Lots of work and get you smacked in the face.
Yeah, and hitting people is a lot funner than getting hit, but you can't avoid getting hit.
No, you can't afford it. You can't avoid it. You're right. You're right about that.
So, wow, those are the two things he wanted you to do, and you never got in did you ever get in the cheese business?
Yes, as a matter of fact, my dad got sick when I was out of college.
Okay,
a year after I got out of college, and my brother was in the cheese business.
Yeah,
and when my dad died, he invited me back to Brooks to get into the business with him.
Okay.
He's my older brother. He's older, but he's passed away now, though.
Okay,
yeah.
And so your brother invited you back after your dad passed?
Well, yeah, but I expressed interest in coming back too.
Okay, yeah.
So that worked out really good. In the long run, that was probably the best decision I ever made.
Was it fun? How was it working with your brother after he's been in the business? You went out to college and then came back. Was it awkward at all, or was it?
Well, it wasn't awkward at all, because he was always a good friend of mine. I always looked up to him and everything,
Sure.
So,
oh, wow.
But the cheese business was basically on the downswing at that time.
Okay.
Because the problem in the cheese business is not where you can sell the product, it's where you can buy the material, which is milk.
Sure.
And not all farmers like to milk cattle.
Right.
And that got to be more and more of a problem all the time. And eventually it closed down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you had mentioned one time so did you had one big customer?
Yeah, we had one big customer in the cheese business, but it was a pretty important one. It was Kraft Foods.
Kraft Foods.
And they bought every pound we could make, and they wanted us to make as much as we could. Really? Yeah. And one time we made, after a huge snowstorm where the milk couldn't be hauled into our plant for about 3 days.
Sure.
The farmers were storing the milk wherever they could. And it was, and when they were able to get out and bring the milk in, we made 12 tons of milk in a 24-hour period.
Or 12 tons of cheese?
I mean, of cheese. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That had to be so. So was it a pretty big facility?
Well, we had 3 huge vats.
Okay.
And each one of them would make a ton of cheese each time, every 6 hours.
Okay.
If you ran them steady. So that's when the 24-hour period, we made 12 tons of cheese.
Wow. That's a lot of cheese.
Yeah. And my brother took it all. My brother and I had to take turns being there.
Sure.
And
taking shifts on sleeping and working.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
But that was a record, of course. But that'll never be beaten because the cheese factory doesn't exist anymore anyway.
So after the cheese factory, what would you end up doing?
Well, then I went into the insurance business.
Okay.
And the long and the short of that is I ended up buying an insurance agency.
Yeah.
And worked that I worked the cheese business for 11 years.
Okay.
And I worked my insurance business for 11 years.
Oh, that's your magic number, huh?
Yeah. I seem to tire after
11 years?
After 11 years, I get bored or something. I don't know why. It just turned out that way.
Yeah.
And then the last business I was in a food truck business, and that lasted for 11 years.
Really? So tell me about the food truck business, because I know that you ended up, and I don't want to ruin the ending, but you always wanted to we have the best state fair. The state of Minnesota has, hands down, I think some say Texas might be as good, but I don't believe that. But, and it's a big deal to get in the state fair. So, and that's the dream of every restaurant and food truck. So how did you start a food truck business up in Brooks?
Well, I didn't start the business. Well, I actually started my own business there, but it was called Ufta Tacos. And if you're from Minnesota, you know what the word Ufta means.
What does Ufta mean?
Well, it can mean all kinds of things. Somebody told me one time, if your nose was dripping into the soup you were eating, somebody might say "ufta."
I would say more than that if I saw that.
But anyhow, it wasn't UFFDA. It was OOF-DA.
OO-DA.
OOF-DA.
Okay. Huh.
And the 2 O's, our logo was the 2 O's had cross-eyed and little eyebrows above it. So
really?
So
just like that. Okay.
Yeah, crossing them. Yeah, it was really funny.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. So what made you start that business? Insurance?
This one couple that started it in Mentor, Minnesota, and Ufta taco isn't really a taco. It's more like a Navajo taco.
What's a Navajo taco?
Fried bread shell.
Yeah.
With lettuce, cheese, tomato, sour cream, all the mixings of a taco.
Okay.
And it was very popular and very tasty and good quality. It was good quality and it was very popular. And I asked them if I went to see them and asked them if there's room for another person to get into that business. And they just started it the year before.
Sure.
And it was going over really big. And I thought, God darn, that sounds like something I could do and enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I decided, to make the long story short, to sell my insurance agency.
Yeah.
And go into that business.
The UFTA
the
taco
UFTA business.
which
Yeah, and
is
everybody,
not a taco.
about half the people I talked to thought I was nuts, including my family. So,
Sure.
but
What did your wife think at the time?
Well, she thought I was half crazy too.
Sure.
But she eventually got around to it and actually helped me quite a bit in that business, So it was a successful business.
Was your main reason to do it to have something you enjoy doing? You just got tired of selling insurance and same old?
Yeah, that's exactly right, because in the insurance business, every morning that you went to the office, if your customers came in, they never had a good thing to say about insurance. Nobody enjoys paying premiums.
No.
And nobody enjoys getting a claim and ending up with less money than they think they should have.
Right.
So everybody was always angry and
always
miserable.
Bad news.
And I'd go home miserable almost every night.
Oh, wow.
So
that's not good for you.
And then I switched to this business, the UFTA taco business, because we went to celebrations, city celebrations, the county fairs, state, the state fairs, etc.
So you're traveling around in a food truck.
Yeah.
And so one question about the Navajo taco, is it flat or is it curved so you can like a regular taco?
It's open faced.
Okay, so it's flat.
Yeah,
okay.
It's about maybe 7-8 inches across.
Okay.
Filled, and it's a full meal. One of them, it's a pretty good meal,
Okay.
And we started selling them way back when, and I think it was 1983, and we were selling them for like $1.75.
Yeah.
And now today, my son is selling them. We has the business, or just recently sold it, and they were something like $11 or $12.
Oh wow!
For a meal.
And how long? When did your son get involved?
He got involved. I was in it for 11 years, like I said.
Yeah.
And then he was in New York as a manager of what's the name of that place? I forget the name of it. But anyhow, he was a manager of a big chain thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got to remember that name, but I will before we're done.
Sure. It'll come.
But anyhow, it was in New York City.
Yeah.
And he would, that was culture shock for him, moved to New York City.
Yeah.
But
did he grow up in Brooks?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
And he went to Crookston, the University of Minnesota, Crookston, in the restaurant hotel management thing. So he had a background in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Red Lobster, by the way.
Red Lobster is the corporate?
In downtown Bronx.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
that's a culture shock.
He couldn't wait to get out of there, and he wanted to get into my business. So, and I was at the point at that time, I that was enough almost for me,
You get to 11 years, you kind of get that's about as much as you can do.
As much as I could handle.
Yeah. Well, did you kind of want him to go do his own thing for a little bit and experience life before he got involved in the business, or
no? He just made those decisions by himself.
Okay.
And most of my kids all did it. I had 6 kids.
Oh, okay.
I have 6 kids.
Huh.
And but anyhow, he's had it for 40 years, and he just recently sold it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he got into the state fair.
Yeah. Well, that's a good.
I mean, did you try getting in the state fair?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question.
Yeah.
Because we tried to get into state fair from day one, and Minnesota State Fair is a big, big deal.
Yeah.
As you know.
Well, a lot of businesses only run during the state fair. And they make $1 million, and that's their year of revenue.
Yeah. Well, we never got to that point, but we tried to get in, and of course they have a very strict policy of keeping away from having competing products.
Sure. So nothing's the same.
Nothing's the same. And in order to get in there, that person that has that food either has to do a lousy job and not be invited back, or quit on their own.
Sure.
So it took us 30 years.
Wow.
To get into that state fair.
Huh.
I never did get into it, and we pulled every string imaginable.
Sure.
And even my wife, who worked for the Minnesota Wheat Growers Association, knew one of the directors of the state fair.
Wow.
And even he couldn't get us in.
And so what was it? How did you get the news when your son told you got in? When he got in?
Yeah, well,
that had to be exciting.
We helped him. We helped him do everything imaginable.
Sure.
And finally, he kept going down to the state fair every year and trying to get to know some of the people that will maybe have a little bit of clout.
Yeah.
And finally, the Native Americans had what they call a Navajo taco. That was the reason we couldn't get in, because they didn't want. But I don't know why they either lost it or quit. I don't know the reason why.
Okay.
But anyhow, then we were first in line to get in.
Once they went out, you were first in line. So the Ufta Taco got in there.
Yeah.
And you kept the same name, same logo?
Yeah, it's actually a franchise.
Really?
We actually got franchise. I didn't do it because the people, Don and Sharon Ramberg were their name. I better give them credit for that, because they started it and they got the franchising, which is not simple to do. It costs $50,000 to get a franchising ability.
Sure.
You can't just say, well, I'm franchised now.
Yeah.
You have to have a product that's saleable. You have to have a history of being in the business for a while.
Sure.
And you have to have quality, and you have to, be upright and standing, so you're not selling somebody a bill of goods when you sell them a franchise.
Right.
So anyhow, we ended up with about 4 franchises, which I sold the franchises.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice. That's quite a career. 11.
Well, I don't know. Well, I guess it is. It's not normal.
Yeah. But well, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Well, since we're already at 30 minutes, I told you it's going to fly by, but I want to talk a little bit about Westbrook, because you were really involved with a few things here in Westbrook, and one is the geezers. Did you start the geezers, or did you just you did?
Yes.
Tell me about why you started the geezers.
Oh, that's a good story. I'm glad you asked that question too. Good. You're good at asking questions, by the way.
It's my job.
Yeah. Raleigh Sorum, who was a buddy of mine.
Yeah.
And you know him also, and he's well known in the pickleball. Him and I were this is about 10 years ago when we first started, or I'm the one that actually started it.
Yep.
I'm going to take credit for that.
You got it.
Okay. Anyhow, we were playing, him and I were partners, and we were both over 75 years old at that time.
Yeah.
And the 2 people we were playing against, I forget their names, but they were about in their 60s.
Oh, young
whippersnappers.
Yeah.
Anyway, we beat the heck out of them. And this one guy good-naturedly said, I can't believe we got beat by you 2 old geezers. And so that hit me like a light bulb,
Right.
And I thought, hey, what a great idea. Just get a bunch of people that are 75 and older and start a little group informally,
Right.
And that's basically what it is. It's stayed informally for the last 10 years.
I'm going to tell you a story I just thought of, and it kind of, because I'm thinking about your career and how you're really good at sales and promoting. You're a good marketing guy. I don't know if you know that or not, but you came up to me one time. You said, "Would you like one of these mugs?" And I said, "Sure." And you handed me the mug, and he goes, $20. I didn't. It was such a good sales pitch. I didn't even know I was buying something to support the geezers, because I have one of your mugs on my shelf at the
that's
cabin.
great. That's great.
And when you get behind something like that, I can tell why your businesses were successful. Is because when you get behind it, you're behind it. You were so proud of. I would always hear you talking about the roses you would give to the women, and what you did with just starting the geezers is one thing, but you put a purpose behind it. I felt like, and that is really rewarding for you, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Very much.
Yeah, that was really neat to see.
I've been accused of being, kind of when I jump in with both feet. Whatever I do, I usually do that. My one of my sons says, he told Yvonne, he says, watch what he does if he gets into something. It'll dominate his thinking.
Sure. So what brought you to Westbrook?
Well, that's interesting too. Is it actually it was Yvonne Hager?
Okay,
and but it goes back a little further than that, because my cousin and I, was a female cousin of mine, was a good friend of Yvonne's since childhood, and she's originally from North Dakota.
I think my father-in-law knew her back then. David's dad said he grew up in Grand Forks.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're in a golf cart with my cousin.
Yeah.
And she said, and she had lost her husband, and I had lost my wife.
Yep.
And we were talking to each other about how people tend to line you up, and they say, "Oh, I got this perfect person for you. I got this, I got this cousin of mine." Or anyhow, so her name was Joyce, and she said, "That being said, I got an interesting person that you might be interested in."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, oh my gosh, tell me about this." And then, so the long and the short of it, it was Yvonne.
Yeah.
And sounded interesting. So we had a courtship through the emails.
Sure.
And I finally got enough nerve to ask her if she would give me her phone number. We could actually talk.
Right. Yeah.
And this was in the days of the cell phone, just getting where you could actually look into the cell phone and see.
Oh, sure. The FaceTime thing.
Yeah. Anyway, so she said yes, and then we talked on the phone, and the rest is history.
Rest is history. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you like best about Westbrook? That's how we wrap them up.
Oh yeah. Well, it was a shock for me to come down here and live in this country, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful area to live in. And it's probably one of the better decisions I've ever made. I eventually sold my house in Brooks, and moved down here with Yvonne, and we've been together now for 15 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great community. I love being able to go out and walk in the winter, and the people. There's so many Minnesota people,
Oh yeah.
Kirsten's starting the Minnesota club, and we're going to have over 100 when we start, probably.
Oh really?
So yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah. So, well, I thank you very much for doing the interview. Okay. Did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
All right.
It was a lot easier than I thought.
It is. It's just a little chat. So thank you very much. Thank you for listening to the Meet Your Neighbor podcast. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And feel free to share this podcast with your friends and fellow neighbors. Until next time, take care and keep connecting.